father is from. My father was a street guy. My father, during the Korean War, used to hustle. He never went to school. He was in gangs and stuff, and then he joined the Korean military. But my dad was a hoodlum, so I'm from, Korean trash almost. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, and then my dad works hard, and we live in the suburbs, but I'm around all these, white girls and stuff. They don't want nothing to do with me. So it's like, you get drunk, you're 15, 16, and your friend pulls out his penis. I did it. I made a mistake.
No, you're very sexual.
I'm highly sexual. And I used to go to those, like, F Street in San Diego. We had those F Street bookstores, and they used to have those masturbation booths. You remember those? You sneak in, you go in the back, and the floor's sticky. It makes a sound.
And are they people having live sex or?
No, you would close the door. You close the door, and then you put, dollar bills or quarters in, right? Or F Street had these tokens. You had to go to the front,
right?
Give them $40, and then they give you tokens, and you put the tokens, and then there's a button. There's two buttons, like changing channels, and they were always like the puddle of cum, So you have to stick your fingers in puddle of cum.
Was this before the internet, or why would you go there?
Yeah, this is in late '80s, right?
Jesus, so people but they had VCRs by then, right?
Yeah, but I went to the.
Yeah, but I was a kid.
He was a kid.
I was 19. I'm not gonna go home to my parents' house.
Yeah.
What I had when I was a kid was you go in, and there was a bed in the middle.
Where?
316. That was his number.
Yeah.
There was a bed in the middle, and there was a guy fucking like this fat chick, and then
live.
Then there'd be windows all around on 42nd Street. Same thing. You walked in, you locked the door, you put token in, the window would slide up.
Yeah.
And then there was the ones that had the plexiglass that you just watched, and people would fucking. You could look around and see the guys jerking off, like heads banging. It's fucking creepy, man.
What, did you ever jerk off in those?
Oh fuck yeah! When I was 15, you have.
Yeah,
to.
you have to.
You don't know. You don't know. That's the first time you see like somebody actually fucking in front, and you could smell a pussy.
Yeah.
You could
They
smell
let you in at 15?
They didn't give a fuck. They weren't proofing.
That's probably in the 70s, right?
That's the 70s, man. They didn't proof you.
Jesus Christ!
And you'd walk in, and there'd be a fucking janitor, and he'd go into every room, and the door would open, and somebody would walk out. Before he'd go in there, he'd go in there and drop the mop, and fucking mop and put it back in with all sperm and shit. And then you go in there, and you had to be careful what you touched. And they'd have sex in front of you. I think I did it twice, guys. Just being young and stupid. But then there was times I was in the city, and I'd just go in there just to see what was going on.
Lee, you got a girl or what?
No, I'm single now.
What happened?
We were together for 4.5 years, and I'm not ready to get married.
Oh, okay.
We're still close. We're still friends.
But he's been going on new dates lately.
I've recently been dating. It's been interesting.
He's been hitting new boundaries.
Are you high right now?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you seem very high right now.
Wait till later. Wait till you call me.
Are you getting more high now? Because you seem a little high right now.
Me? No, I'm good.
He doesn't want to stop. So, like, like.
What are you, a rat? Don't worry about
what you keep asking me. You constantly ask me, do you want me another bong hit?
Sure, I gotta ask you because you look a little uncomfortable.
Did you eat one of these gummies yet, or what?
Yeah, that and something else.
What do you mean?
We had a little mushroom.
You
cap.
did?
Sure.
What's a mushroom cap?
Just a little mushroom.
And what does that do?
Makes you see things.
But why do you do that now?
Because
on a Monday.
Because that's the reason why. It's Monday.
Oh, I see.
Everybody wants to do shit on Friday. Professionals do shit on Monday.
But we do stuff on Friday too.
Huh?
We do stuff on Friday.
I didn't see you on
In those days, she used to linger on Mondays too, Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
And she'd throw a tell on and shit like that, and Pablo Francisco and Dane Cook, and put me behind one of those savages or something. And then I'd go in between Dane Cook and Eddie Griffin would show up and do 6 hours.
Yeah.
But, she was lingering on Mondays, so that confidence. And then one day I got a call at my house. Hey, man, they're looking for you on Mad TV. What are you talking about, Mad TV? I'm not a groundling. I'm not a fucking groundling. Mad TV's not gonna see me. Are you fucking crazy? Sure enough.
He did it.
Boom, I went in, read for the chick. He said, sit here, read for some other chick. Can you shoot tomorrow? Yeah. No, can you rehearse tomorrow? I went in there. We didn't shoot in front of a live audience. That's what saved me.
Pre-tape.
If I would have shot in front of a live audience for Mad TV, I would have got fired.
Why do you say that?
Because I know. I would have fell apart at the fucking scene.
You wouldn't have.
Oh, Bobby Lee, you fuck. Not that early, Bobby. Not that early. That's being thrown to the wolves. That's 18 type shit going out there and hitting it in front of a live audience.
But then you would have seen me do it, and you'd be like, "Oh, I can do that," because I was a fuck up.
I would have never.
I go line, and they go, "It's yes, yes."
I would have failed at the scene if Mad TV would have been in front of a live audience. When they told me it was taped, like I went home and I didn't do blow. Like I knew there was a guy.
Was I in the scene
What?
with you?
No, this was 4 years before you. This
Oh,
was
it
a
was
Soprano
before me.
sketch.
Oh,
This was 2000.
Will Sasso was in it.
Will
He played-
Sasso,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And the chick who I always see, she's always in Studio City there.
Nicole Garcia, Nicole Sullivan.
So
yeah.
Nicole Garcia is who cast me.
Yeah, Nicole's the best.
The best.
She's the best.
And it was just a lead. When I walked off the Mad TV set, that's the first time I really talked shit as a comedian. Because to me, I knew I wasn't going to be on Saturday Night Live. But I got Mad TV, okay? What'd you get?
Yeah.
Let me bump somebody tonight, Mitzi Shaw. Why are you bumping? Because I did Mad TV, Mitzi Shaw. Let me get up there and shit. And then you get bumped by James Stevens III playing the fucking piano and shit.
Oh my. Lee, are you okay?
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah, but you just seem like you're drifting in and out of our.
That's what he does every day. Don't
I know,
worry
but
about it.
you looked over there, and then you started thinking about something, and
He's
then
my
you're-
little retarded.
Yeah, but he's not.
man.
Are you retarded?
No, he's just high.
No, I haven't
gave
been
some-
tested yet, but I think I'm okay.
I gave some tranquilizers. Don't
Yeah, but you
worry.
get. Oh, you're all googly eyed right now. You're.
Yeah, I gave him 100 milligrams. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's a good man. That Friday, I mean, I had people in Miami, and I bought blow in Miami that Friday, and then that Thursday I got high. But that Saturday, I was talking to the waitress, and the waitress comes over to me and I go, "Hey man, can you get some blow?" And she goes, "Yeah." So I go, "How much?" 90, whatever. I give her the money. 20 minutes later, the club manager comes in. He goes, "Hey man, don't ever ask my waitress for blow again." I mean, she had given it to me already.
Yeah.
He goes, "Next time, come to me."
That's not where I thought you were going with it.
Yeah.
I go, "I didn't know. Nobody fucking sent me the memo. Next time I'll go to you."
Yeah.
Okay. That Sunday night, whoever the club owner was, I don't need to mention his name, I do the early show at 7. The fucking show finishes at 8:30. Do you know at 11 o'clock I still wasn't paid? Because he was doing blow in the green room with whoever the fuck, one of the other headliners. And I could even smell the freebasing. Okay? I bought the gram of Coke. I got high. I didn't get high at the club. I didn't hit on any of the waitresses. I got high at my cousin's. Friday, whatever. Saturday, I got high in the hotel. The condo was so bad. The condo didn't even have a shower curtain. I mean, I had to stay with my cousin. The point of the story is I came home, and 3 months later, some headliner comes up to me and goes, "Hey, man, what'd you do in West Palm Beach? That owner hates you. He says you were doing fucking blow." Okay, the owner was doing blow on Saturday and Sunday fucking night in the green room with the other comic that was at the...
Yeah.
Because they had Davey and they had whatever. Doesn't really matter who the fuck it was, but it's amazing how people will say shit, and it depends how we take it. I was very insulted, and I saw him after that. I never talked to him again. Ever since then, things have changed, and now when I see him, he's my best friend, and he wants to talk, and you're doing great. But it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was at the store one night in the very beginning, 97, and I went to the door guy, and I asked him for blow. And I gave him $100, and he gave me 6 20s for 100. So I had 6 20s. I think I had an audition the next morning. I was going to do 2 of them. I had 4 of them that I would have given away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do a couple bumps. A comic comes in there. Well-known comic comes in. I just met him, and he goes, "Hey, man, I'm fucking exhausted." I go, "You want a blast?" He goes, "Yeah." I give him 2 blasts, and I go, "Hey, take one of the packages." Do you know a month later, he went to a pitch meeting, and my name came up, and the guy called me a coke fiend?
No.
After I gave him
Wait,
a package.
whoa. A famous guy?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not gonna name him.
No.
Are you friends with this famous
He
guy now?
apologized since then because I
Later?
hit him up.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, he hit him.
I would have fucking killed him.
Years later, I
I
told
would
him.
have.
He asked me what happened.
When it comes to industry, dude,
Oh my God!
somebody
should've-
fucks you with industry,
Oh,
dude.
he had tears in his eyes.
He did
had-
that?
Oh, he had.
I
looked
was
at
gonna
him
kill him for you just now.
because I was really mad when I was telling him.
I went and banged one out, sat there and sweated out in that hot fucking trailer until I figured out there was air conditioning. I sat in there like a fucking victim in one of those, like Adam Sandler in the box. I didn't even know there was air conditioning. This was my first anything.
You just like me.
And the trailer was the size of this.
You just like
It was the size of this. This is how big. This is how much money they spent back then. This is 15 years ago. I didn't know nothing. That day, I'm not gonna lie to people. I didn't know nothing. There was no acting class. I knew the Comedy Store, 11:45. If I got there before Paul Mooney, if he was running late, I get 11:45 before. Who was the chick that moved to New York that looked like a man?
What do you mean? Boma Bacon?
No. She would be hysterical. You don't know nothing, Lee. And all of a sudden, they call for you in the trailer. And they fight. You go, yeah, they're ready for you. And you walk down, and they go, all right, you got to stand on your line. Stand on your mark. What mark are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. And they putting bean bags on my feet, and I'm like, what the
They
fuck?
say something like you're getting shot on the jib.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is a jib?
What are you talking about? Okay, action. I said my line. That line I must have said 80 times. When I walked off that set, I go, I'll never work again. That was my movie career down the tube.
We're doing this podcast shit, revealing ourselves, saying things that we shouldn't be saying, but still, like, this is the most freeing thing I've ever done in my career, which is this podcast shit.
I love it.
I love it too, dude. Because we get to be together as a family. I get to see your little fucking Cuban titties sticking out of that white shirt.
You like that? Huh?
Not really, no.
What are you gonna do? I
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
be
do
comfortable.
nothing. I'm not gonna do nothing, but your titties are sticking
I
out.
live 2 blocks around the corner. Put a tuxedo on and be Gus.
Look at his little fucking
nuts.
little titties there.
Oh, he's fucked
got
up.
good
He's got
ones.
the fucking.
You got little good titties, huh?
He's got what's the guy that killed Tupac?
Biggie?
Yeah, you got Biggie's little white titties.
No. What's his name? Was it my first threesome at 35, 36, and it was one of the worst things of my life. 'cause
Yeah.
I
What
can't
was it, 2
perform.
girls and 1 guy?
2 girls and
You never done a threesome with 2 guys, 1 girl?
No, I couldn't
I
even
have a couple
imagine
times.
looking at another guy naked.
What is that
comics. I did it with Mike Burton. You know who Mike Burton is?
No.
Mike Burton's a stand-up.
Yeah, he's still around.
Yeah,
Chicago?
yeah. Mike Burton and a feature, the girl. I can't say her name because
Right.
she's still around. And we did the threesome, and he was so selfish because you know, what I mean, he would pull her to his side of the bed, and I didn't want to touch him. So you know what I ended up doing? Going to the side of bed and just masturbating, watching them. And we also, can I just say something? We all laughed so much. It was like the funnest sex I've ever had, you know. And I did it with Aaron Cater and Brian Etheridge once in Vegas too. That was a fivesome.
I was gonna say, where's
That was
the
a
girls?
fivesome.
With 2 girls?
Yeah, it was 2
Where
girls.
did you meet the 2 girls at?
Dude, this is so gross. So, you know Steve Shrippa?
Yeah.
So Shrippa, Riviera.
Yeah.
So he calls me and he goes, hey, because Dice used to call me Ching, right? so Steve Shrippa used to call me Ching, right? As just Ching. That's what they used to say, not racial, but I know it was racial. So you go, hey Ching. I go, hey, we're doing this midnight dirty show. I want you to headline. I'd never headlined before. So Brian Etheridge and Aaron Cater were open micers at the time. They go, we'll drive you. You know what I mean? We'd love to see that, right? So they drove me out there. So we're on Las Vegas Boulevard. These 2 sisters drive by, right? And Brian Etheridge is driving, and the 2 sisters roll down the window. They go, you're cute. Not to Brian, because he's the ugliest white dude I've ever seen. Or me. They were saying it to Cater. Cater's a fucking cute
Cater's
boy.
good-looking
Yeah,
dude.
good-looking kid, right? Cater runs out of the car, jumps in this fucking truck. They drive out into the sunset, right? And me and Brian are fucking mad, right? So then we get to the Riviera. I go, Brian, you go do your own thing. I have to concentrate, write out my set list or whatever. So then midnight, I'm literally on stage, and I see Brian and Aaron bring in these 2 sisters. One was like a 300-pound white lit girl, and the other one was 80 pounds. But they were sisters, and they were missing teeth. But, you know, at the time, you know, I need, you know. So anyway, after the show, Aaron goes, hey, don't do us. So let's go to the room. So we're in the room, and so, you know, you're no condom either. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
I know. So we were doing it, you know, doing it, and then all of a sudden, like 3 hours later, I'm with the fat one, and Aaron's with the skinny one. I don't know where Brian is. I don't know where Brian is. So I look around the room. I don't know where Brian is. Maybe he's in the bathroom. No, he's not in the bathroom. So I keep doing. I'm doing doggy style with this fat one, and I feel something tickling my butthole. It was like a feather. You know what I mean? I turn around, no one's there. So it was like paranormal. You know what I mean? I thought it was like a paranormal
There's a
experience.
ghost tickling your butthole?
Yeah. But then, like, I keep going, and I find, and then I definitely feel something. You know, like something. You know what I mean? And I look down. Brian had crawled underneath my body, and he was eating her pussy. while I'm having sex with her. Now, let me tell you something. You have to imagine what is on his face now at this point. You know, my little gook juice. He's got gook juice, fat juice, you know what I mean? Mixed together, you know what I mean? Who knows what kind of, is on
Why
his...
not just go for the blowjob? What is he?
I don't know, but he goes, she likes it. I don't like it. Because it's like, his chin is rubbing against my taint. I don't like it. It's weird, right? I can't get hard. So it gets worse. So I decide to power fuck her. So I go, you know how you do it? Power. Am I going to get in trouble for saying
I
that?
haven't power fucked nobody in 10 years. Trust
All
me.
right. So I go like that, you know what I mean? And I slipped out, right? So I tried to stick it back in, but Brian had moved up, right? And it rubbed against his eye, right? So then we all disband, you know what I mean? Because like he screamed, you know what I mean? And I go, why? We got to fight. I go, why are you down there? You know what I mean? He's like, you purposely. I didn't purposely.
It's funny. This is a funny story. About 20 years ago, when I used to go on the road years ago, I was a big reader. When I first moved here, I was enamored with the Mafia because from my second audition to my sixth, it was all mob characters.
Of course.
And I went out for a movie here that was never made. And it was about a Queens crew.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the people are fucking morons.
Yeah.
Anybody who shows up with a mob script 9 out of 10 times is a fucking
Every
moron.
mobster I know eventually had a script.
So, we had to go down to that building on Sunset and Vine on the bottom, on the corner. There used to be a building. They just got redone.
Yeah.
There's a coffee bean across the street.
Yeah, I know what you mean, exactly.
And there's a little seafood restaurant that blows across the street that I ordered spaghetti and clam sauce with shrimp, and they gave me shrimp out of a can. I almost fucking lost my mind.
They should burn it down.
So I went there, and the guy offered me a ton of money for this movie. And I'll never forget that. He asked me about these characters, and I didn't know. I knew that world, but I didn't know who he was talking about. And I went on the road, and I would go to True Crime. And every $500 I got, half of it went to Blow, but the other half went to Barnes and Nobles. I just
you read up on
used to buy, and I hate used books. I hate when somebody else reads a fucking book.
Really?
Yeah, it drives me crazy. I want to read the book first. All right?
Really?
Yeah, it drives me crazy.
They take in the bathroom, they shit with it.
Yeah,
Think
who the
about
fuck
it.
knows? I don't want to read nobody else's fucking
It's
book.
all tagged up.
So I, unless I know you, you give me the book, I don't mind that fucking shitty paper. So I started reading all this true crime shit, and I read about this guy. I read about wit-sec. There was a book called wit-sec for a while.
I don't know that one.
And in wit-sec, they gave a lot of information. I mean, for them to give out this much information, there was a guy who wrote about the pitfalls of wit-sec.
I don't know what that is.
This book must have come out in '97.
What's wit-sec?
Wit-sec, the witness relocation.
Okay. I'm like, I thought it was an area.
It was all
about that.
When mobsters do the wit-sec program.
Okay.
How hard their lives become. Like they had the example of the guy that went in, but while he went in, he made a cookbook, and he got on Letterman, and the feds are like,
I remember that.
"Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah.
You cannot go on David Letterman." And he said, "I'm going on David Letterman."
Yeah.
So he told the feds to go fuck themselves. He got the David Letterman. David Letterman canceled him. Said, I can't put you on now because you created too much fucking havoc.
Oh, God.
So it was fucking crazy, but it had about
What was it? What was that guy?
the towns that they set up.
Yeah.
wit-sec was a book about the towns they had set up. The government had set up towns to put different witness relocations in that town so it would be easy for them to monitor.
Sure.
Hysterical.
And they had the list of cities, and then they had they took the book and they wrapped it around Henry Hill. Really,
sure.
It wasn't about Henry Hill, but they had an example.
It's the most famous rat
of how the witness relocation plan is really destructive, because just because you move them to fucking Nebraska doesn't mean they stop stealing.
You put a criminal in the neighborhood.
They go fucking bananas. They go fucking bananas. You know, I'm driving down the street and I see these people who don't lock their doors.
Yeah.
You know, what are you, fucking crazy?
Right.
I'm going to rob it.
Right.
Your garage is open with a tractor.
I know.
I know a guy who buys trailers down the corner, you know. So the problem they were having, the rate of recidivism.
Recidivism, yeah.
They even did a movie called My Blue Heaven.
I remember.
It was
Steve
brilliant
Funny
movie where they took all the stories of how that's what happens. So they would move, let's say me and Benza I was with the Gambinos, and Benza was with the fucking Genovese. They would take us and put us both in a suburb of Houston.
Yeah.
And, like, take their chances of us bumping into each other.
Yeah. That's, I know.
And how many people in the town were witness protection?
They would put
50%?
like 3, 4.
I thought it was entire
6,
towns of them, and they
but
just
they
didn't
wouldn't
know.
put 2 mobsters
No,
in there.
right.
They put 2 mobsters, a Jew attorney who had information on narcos,
Yeah.
a couple that did drug pushing
Right.
for the Cali cartel.
Yep.
So you would know. These would just be regular people, but it was easier for the feds to monitor
Sure.
this town.
Yeah, that's all.
One of the towns that they had when I went to Albuquerque was, I think, Rio something. And that was one of the cities that
Really?
they mentioned in this
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
And I heard through the years that that's where they sent Big Joe Messina.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So
Interesting.
I'm doing radio down there, and I'm talking to him, and I go, that's funny because I heard Big Joe Messino's down here. And the guy goes, that's funny because the name of the restaurant, the best Italian restaurant,
Yeah.
is Big Joe's
No
Italian
kidding.
restaurant. When Sammy the Bull,
Sammy
went to
Bull, he opened up in Phoenix.
He opened up
Yeah.
a restaurant in Phoenix, and the slogan of it was the best kept
best-
secret
best-
in Tempe is in
Best
Scottsdale.
kept secret. Yeah, best kept secret. It's
Are
like
you fucking kidding
right in
me?
their face?
Right in their face.
And that's what Weinstein ate by accident, complete accident. I had a story that
Yeah, but
he
he
showed up at fucking Sammy's joint, thinking it was low, whatever he thought, but it was the worst place to go. And it's also funny, you know, of all the places to go, you got to go to Sammy. Maybe he was told to go there because he did Mob Wives on TV. Maybe he heard from Karen Gravano that her dad has opened a place in.
But the dad
I got to get him on the
doesn't-
show.
No, the dad doesn't own it anymore.
No,
When
not
he got
anymore.
locked up. They
No.
sold it.
Yeah.
And I think the mother went back to work there for a while.
But I thought it's still family owned in some capacity, or maybe it was.
No,
not now.
once the feds come in for
not now.
ecstasy, you lose everything.
No,
They
'cause,
take
yeah.
the restaurant.
Yeah,
they take the fucking.
It's like 700,000 a month.
Yeah, he was making some
cleaning
dough.
up.
He was making some dough. I never forget one of the sickest things I ever did was I got involved with. Well, they were my neighborhood friends. It was like Sabatino, Carlos Perez.
Chicha Bastits.
No, Chicha Bastich was a Kennedy school guy. This was the Giving Out Terrace crew. It was in those days. It was Carlos Perez, me, Sabatino, Dominic Special, God bless his soul. A couple other kids I may forget. There was a soccer field. It's called Schutzen Park,
Schutzen.
right in Union City. It's been there since fucking before Hitler. And it's a German place that serves German food, but they also cater it out. You can have parties there.
Oh, yeah?
So they have all the political parties there. When we were kids, they practiced baseball back there. North Bergen had the rights to practice Little League baseball back there. And there was a soccer field back there. So on the weekends, the German soccer team would play back there and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And it was basically, it had stands.
Yeah.
I don't know what you could fit in there. I don't know, 2,000, 3,000.
It's a park.
But it was covered by this tin thing.
Oh, it was covered. Oh, okay.
It was covered by this tin roof. And for years, starting, I mean, I remember going up there when I was like 10 and hitting balls with the Todd brothers. By the way, one of them just died, Jeff Todd and Rich Todd and Vanacek. And we'd go up there on our own and play ball.
Right.
But there was a guy back there. His name was the Butcher. And if he caught you back there, he'd chase you with a knife and a German Shepherd.
Oh, shepherds with a dog back then.
But the beautiful of it, we used to go up there and ride the motorcycle, and that would really drive him crazy. He would chase you and say all those Zig Heil
yeah,
words
that's
and shit.
Right.
But we figured out, one day somebody told me, when my mother first died, I had all these different friends, and I had good people in my life. But I had this one particular kid, Mike Denny. Everybody called him the devil. Like people would go, he's the devil. I took a liking to Mike Denny. Mike Denny was a short wrestler. I went to Lehigh.
Lehigh, yeah.
And but he just had him. You know, he was one of those guys that every time you did something with him,
Your trouble.
you came up short.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
you're not gonna believe what
I know,
happened. The guy
fuck,
gave me
I can't
300
stand
instead of
it.
5.
Yeah.
And I tolerated it for about a year, and then I lost him as a friend.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, he was a money-making machine. When it came to make money at night, the problem with him was he robbed all the wrong people. His father owned a ship refurbishing company. So when a ship lands in Newark or in Hoboken in those
ports,
days,
yeah.
after 6 months at sea,
Right.
they come in, weld off all the barnacles,
Oh, okay.
repaint
It's a
it.
big job.
They
Big-
do, and they get
big
year
company.
contracts.
Yeah, it's a big job.
Well,
Big
he would go back at night and steal the holes.
Oh, Christ.
And steal the fucking shit that belonged to the ship. The new, and yeah, he was just a
That's
fucking
crazy.
moron.
That's crazy.
But I'm snorting coke with him.
Yeah.
Listen to Aerosmith, Get Your Wings,
yeah,
and an RX-7. He's got to be 20, and I'm 16.
Right.
And that little crew, we put together, one day somebody mentioned that tin above the soccer field, that you could sell it.
It's worth something. Yeah, like copper.
Like copper.
Copper wiring.
Listen,
Oh, my.
everybody in my neighborhood got a ratchet set. And at night, before you went out, Lee, you took out your rattiest clothes, and we go up there, me and you, every night at 7 o'clock, because Butcher would get off. Butcher was off
he was
between
gone.
7 and 8. He took a nap. So we get up there, climb, and ratchet those things
Take big
off.
fucking panels
throw
off.
them off.
Yeah.
You had to slide off or you
Sure.
fell off. It was fucking scary. And I mean, little by little, you saw sections disappearing. Lee, it was like fucking...
What could he do?
It was like little by little, every night. And then somebody else caught on.
Yeah.
So I would steal a sheet. He would steal a sheet. And then he told his friend, and his two friends started stealing 2 sheets.
Yeah.
So now we almost turned into a war. Like, wait a second. This is our turf here. We've had this first. Me and the devil,
Schutz and Park is ours.
Carlos,
motherfucker. Yeah.
and Sabatino had this first. Dog, they fucking stripped every piece
Yeah.
of fucking tin. Schutz and Park had to put a tarp over it, a paper
That's
tarp
great.
for the soccer
That's
game.
great.
That was a hustle for a whole fucking summer. And we were getting like $55 a thing. There was so many people I used to bring things to.
Yeah. Those I don't
That
know.
would pay me
I don't know where
money.
those people are anymore.
I used to know how to have a transmission guy
Yeah.
that would give me money for sawdust
No.
because they filled the
Sure.
transmission
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
sawdust.
Yeah.
Where do you get sawdust?
The
Lumberyard. It's very smart.
lumberyard. So I used to work at a lumberyard.
They don't clean up every day?
And when I got the job, the kid that had the job before me, he told me right off the bat, he goes, listen, number one, you got to steal. Because if you don't steal, they're going to know I was stealing. And number two, I have existing contracts.
Are you kidding me?
And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, on Saturdays, a guy comes in and buys 40 sheets of plywood. He'll give you $400 cash. Give me $100 from now on. And I got another guy that comes in on Thursdays and gets 20 sheet of, because marine plywood was $64 a sheet, 4 by 8.
Right.
He would say, and it was galvanized, so you could put it on boats.
Yeah.
So he would say, charge him 20 a sheet. I mean, there was days.
It's a lot to remember.
There was days me and 4 gorillas would load the back up, and at the end of the day, there was no sheets left. And I was a junior in high school.
Yeah.
I was robbing them blind, those poor fucking people.
Yeah.
There was a family at a transmission place, and they would tell me when the barrels get filled up, give us a call. So I wasn't allowed to sweep and put in the thing. I would sweep and put in barrels. And once I get 5 barrels, they'd give me like 100 cash, which was every week. I got 100 cash from them off the top.
great.
The job paid me $6 an hour.
Yeah, you got to make
But
a
I
living.
probably made $1,000
Yeah, you
a
gotta
week
make it.
out of that.
Right.
They had an old school register. So which meant if you spent $8, it would come up $8. But if you came in, I'd say, how you doing today? Oh, nothing. How you doing, Joey? Nice to meet you. What are you looking for? I'm redoing my basement. I need 10 sheets of 4 by 8 plywood at $44 a piece. 10 sheets, that's $440.
Right.
I knew that plus tax.
Right.
I would fucking do the register. I would do it on my there was a calculator. And I mean, the register would be packed. There would be 4 salesmen at the thing. And right in front of them, they didn't know that I had loaded the sheets on. I would take the sheet and do the tax like for $440 plus tax. And instead of ringing in $488, I'd ring in $88. And the guy would give me $488, and I put $88 in the register and keep $400.
Sure.
And lock the register. I did this every day.
Yeah. Well, no kidding.
That's how I snorted coke my sophomore and junior year.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, because I didn't grow up with the internet. I came when I was a teenager. But when you, even when Joey, you have stories of going to Florida to be on the lam.
Man,
But like that, I don't even think that's possible really anymore. Like, it'd be really hard.
gotta go
'Cause,
to a beach. Went to beach town.
No, I could do it.
Yeah, my friend,
think so?
my friend did
I
a
could
couple
do it.
years
But you
ago.
wouldn't be stupid and open up a comedy club called Joey's or Coco's.
No. You put a hat, you shave your head, you put a hat on.
Sure.
You mix into the community, but not really.
Just
Not
enough so
really.
you don't stand
Just
out.
enough so you don't stand out.
Sure.
You don't make any commotions. You're not out at night at all. You have to live like in the third season of Narcos. At the end, they said that the guy Salcedo that ratted on Narcos is somewhere in the country.
Right.
Now you see him working as a mechanic,
Right.
and he's waiting online on a Kentucky Fried Chicken. But also they show the camera on Kentucky Fried Chicken, how that's a complete different world of its own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Henry Hill. Henry Hill went to 7 different locations.
Yeah.
Like he caused havoc.
He was a problem. Yeah. He was a problem.
everywhere.
He was constantly a problem.
He was a problem in Memphis,
Even-
then they sent to
even-
Tennessee.
Even when he was out and lived in L.A., he was a fucking problem. Even when he was out of the witness protection, his last few years in L.A., he was a lunatic.
He was crazy.
Still causing shit.
And getting drunk in public. He was
high,
drunk
all the
every
time.
time I saw him. You know what? I never shook the guy's hand.
He was at a bench in Beverly Hills.
I always thought he was the kiss of death. Like
Yeah.
the first time I was at the store, and somebody came up to me like, "Go to the front." Henry Hill's up there talking to Chewy. I got in my car, and I drove out of there as fast as I fucking could.
What good can he
And
bring?
then
him?
when I did the other Rats movie, who I love Sal Lubats.
I don't know, Sal.
I love Sal
Oh, yeah?
Lubats.
I don't know.
He used to live here, now he lives over there.
Okay.
And I just spoke to him about 3 weeks ago. Sal Lubats was the first guy to rat on Gotti.
What's his last name?
Lubats. Sal.
That's not real. That
Look
means
up
crazy.
what his last name.
Bots means crazy.
Sal.
I don't know. Sal
was the first guy
really?
to roll on
And Gotti's
Gotti.
crew?
But
Arena? No.
it's funny because, like, I always understood why Sammy rolled, because he was very smart.
Smart
Sammy
guy.
knew
numbers.
He knew how to negotiate. He knew exactly where the bodies
He had
were hidden.
he had
and he
businesses
knew that if
going.
he didn't go first,
Yeah.
Sammy knew.
Yeah.
Sammy was so good that when he went first,
Hmm.
they wouldn't believe nobody else until they finally had so much testimony that Sammy did sell drugs.
Yeah.
That they said, this can't be like this. Everybody's coming in here saying Sammy's selling drugs.
Yeah.
But fucking, he's saying that he never sold a drug in his life. The last time they put him in, because he said he never shot a cop. And he was the guy that gave the Iceman the fucking job to kill that cop.
Yeah, man.
So they put him in jail for that, and then the Iceman died by mistake. What's Sal Lubats?
Not Polisi, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Polisi. Oh,
Sal
sure.
Polisi.
Of course I know Sal Polisi. Yeah. I didn't know Bots. Okay, yeah, Polisi.
It's crazy because
Yeah.
when you look at a rat, you go, oh, he's a rat.
Yeah.
All right, fuck him. He's a rat. He did this and this and this. But as I got older, I understood the differences.
Yeah.
All right, I understood the differences.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get him, like, I think of The Sopranos.
Hmm.
And I walk in my house and I go, what if I was Tony Soprano? What if I just came from shooting somebody and I got to come in the house and play with my kid? Like, the cops aren't going to knock on my door.
Yeah.
I just came from a wire room where fucking I'm taking action on fucking whatever.
Yeah.
There's chicks there. They're sucking my dick. You know, half the crew's on blow.
And you gotta
tell
come
them
home.
not to do coke.
Right.
And you're drinking all day, and you got to come home. I would never comprehend that life.
No, I can't.
Like, I can't imagine somebody kicking my door down. I can't imagine opening my door with mercy and somebody driving by and shooting at me because I made the wrong decision on a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even imagine that.
But
world.
imagine even like if you're John Gotti, because I used to see him out. You know, imagine him doing what he was doing, running a lot of places here and there, but then, and fucking beautiful women. And then eventually he's got to go home to the little house in Howard Beach with the wife and the old bedrooms. And I'm sure they have old furniture from the third year of their marriage. I bet there's still stuff in there from their first 10 years of marriage. A couch, you know, with the plastic on it or something. How do you fucking go from that world? But he did it for a good amount of time. You know, really running the fucking family and then going back to... He didn't have the big mansion like Paulie Castellano. He didn't do shit like that. He was flashy with his suits and he's flashy in public with certain people, but you know he loved that. He really liked that adulation from people. Even when I used to go see him in court, he'd come out of the car. It was like a movie, because that's why they love it. The Mafia. They're so dramatic in what they do. You know, if you're a black gangster, you come out of the car a different person. You're an Italian gangster, you come out, you got $100 bills for the homeless guy. You kiss the fucking newswoman who's always on your back with the money. People start to love seeing you. You know? It's a different type of gangster. Mexican gangster doesn't come out of his house with people loving him around the neighborhood.
I still always like the guy who drives the 69 car beat up, who has jeans with a hole in it, who's playing stupid.
Right.
I'll never forget going to this place when I was a kid on 42nd Street, right around the corner from the Lincoln Tunnel. and you went to get your dick sucked there. It was like a long fucking street.
Really?
It was probably 46th Street,
Yeah.
41st Street, whatever the fuck it was. There was a long street, and I had a couple friends who would go there and say, I want to get my dick sucked, and we'd have to get out of the car and sit there.
I remember that. Yeah, we did that too. At high school,
I'll
1980.
never forget, like, girls walking over
Oh,
to
my
us
God.
and going, what, you guys don't want to get your dick sucked? And we're like, nah, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And one day my friend said, where's your pimp? And this was early on. We were like juniors in high school.
Yeah.
She's like, we ain't got no pimps. We run our own game and all
Right.
this shit. But I'll never forget there was a guy in a wheelchair that was in the corner.
Yeah.
And one day, somebody said to me, next time you go over there,
Yeah.
make sure that the guy with the wheelchair in the corner. And I went over there just to drive somebody one day.
Right.
And I saw that guy, and I put two and two together.
He's
And I
the
go, that's
pimp.
weird. And they go,
Wheels.
he's the pimp.
He's Wheels.
He's got a machine gun under there. He's playing handicap.
Oh, really?
He'd have the sign, give me
Oh,
money,
that's
Vietnam
great.
vet. But he had a gun under that, and he would shoot you if you messed with his
Oh,
chicks.
shit.
Because they had to suck your dick on that block. When I went to San Francisco in 85, I had a warrant in Jersey. And basically what I was doing in San Francisco, I was a con man. I had a suit, and I would go to hotels every day with a Wall Street Journal, and I'd sit in the lobby and wait for people to check in.
That's great.
I listened to what room number they were going, and I'd run upstairs 10 minutes afterward, and I'd either steal the maid's keys, because in those days there was no electronic keys.
Right.
The maids would stick the keys in the door, leave the
Yeah.
door open with the keys hanging there.
So bitch.
I'd find out where the maid was at
Right.
9 o'clock and take her keys. Once I had the master key, you couldn't stop
Oh,
me.
my God, that must be.
I'd wait
How
for
do
you
you stay
to
home?
check in. So I lived in the Tenderloin.
Oh, yeah.
I lived
know.
in a place called the Virginian Hotel, which
Mm-hmm.
is now the hostel. And across the street from there, that was the Hilton. That was my prime spot. So I would wake up at 7 and go to the Hilton, sit there with the master key. And there was no cameras in those days. And I'd wait for you to check in time.
No cameras.
And I
right.
was doing it, but this is where I got greedy. I was doing it at like 2 or 3 different hotels. I had a guy that would buy it from me, no questions asked, no ID, right down the corner.
Really?
And then the Cubans. I met these refugee Cubans that had come in from Mariel, and they were real deal.
Yeah, right.
They were
Yeah.
real deal.
Sure.
And their sponsor on the block was an old guy called El Puro. So whatever you made for the day, you had to give him a
Little
cut. He was the old
testimony, yeah,
man.
you gotta take a
He
piece.
owned the corner.
Right. Tribute.
And you hustled on
Yeah,
that corner.
right.
What could you do on that corner? You could sell coke, you could sell weed, you could mug somebody. But my
He
main
gets a
thing
piece,
in those days was there was a Cuban thief that specialized in traveler's checks.
Wow.
He didn't know the language.
Yeah.
So for 50%, I would go to Japantown up in northern San Francisco. They wouldn't ask for ID on the American Express. I would put a suit
The
on
world.
and just take something that was $32.50 with $100
Yeah.
American Express there.
Right.
And I'd pay for it until I got all the cash back, and then we'd split the cash and
Right.
we'd take the merch and sell the merch.
Sure.
It was like fucking stealing.
Yeah.
I did that for a fucking sum. I mean, I was a one-man machine.
I know that. Yeah.
And I worked for myself. It
Yeah.
was just beautiful.
Well, yeah. No,
There was bad days.
Sure, but
And there was good days. When you had bad days, you always went to Poodle and said, let me get 50 to get me started, and I'll give you 65 tomorrow.
when no, listen, when
Fucking
the
crazy.
best. When my roommate Chico ran again, he's like you. When he was the one of the security guys at Scores, but he elevated to a position where, you know, it's a mob joint. Even the girls kick up to the security kicks up to the manager kicks up to the agent.
crazy.
Owner kicks up to the mob. It's all kick up, right? And so Chico, every night, this is when Wall Street's booming. Bill Clinton's president. Every night there was 2 or 3 credit cards that people every week, 2 or 3 cards would be forgot. But by a Wall Street guy, not just some guy who drove in from Jersey. He's going to call it right in the next morning. But a Wall Street guy who goes to work late the next day. He's on the floor. He don't fucking care about his Amex. The minute we got this, we had a guy that owned suit stores on Madison Avenue. We had electronic stores down on Bowery. When we got one of those cards, the Muldoons we called them, we called those friends for stereo equipment, for suits. We'd whack out the card, and the card would only be charged $50. The client would go, "Oh, I got to pay $50. My Amex was stolen." It was a small penalty. Amex would pay for the rest of the shit because it was theft. No cameras. We'd split the shit we buy. He'd give us suits. We'd give him cash. It was fucking great.
I even kept cards, even after they were hot.
You could sell them.
No, I would keep cards because I would go to Chinese restaurants and get the lunch special. It was in those days. It was $4.95
Yeah, right.
with a can of soda, $5.50 plus tax.
Right.
I would leave a $7 tip. What, are they going to open up the book and look at the numbers? There was no computer.
There was no computer.
There was no scan.
It was the
So I always ate lunch on a fucking stolen credit card.
right.
Just leave the card.
No, just
It was
the same
thing.
way.
It was the thing, right?
It was an imprint.
The imprint thing.
And then at the end of the day, they deposit in the bank, and the bank shoots it back. This is a stolen card.
And if that broke,
So I would go 2 days in a row, and then I would disappear. I'd go to a gyro place for
Right,
2 days.
right.
And then once I get stole back, I would never do it at my favorite restaurants. You don't shit where you sleep.
Right.
So you always kept the card.
yeah,
The card, it was like, I can't even, like, today there's completely different crimes.
I
with
know,
cards.
I know.
People go online, steal your card, you're done. But in the old days, I mean, I remember the first time I was exposed to it was a friend of mine who I'm still in contact with, his mom.
yeah.
All you had to do was go to his mom and go, listen, I need 2 Apple computer, 19 inches. I need 3 iPro cameras and 3 microphones. She'd go on the internet, not in those days, but
right.
she, like today, she'd go, all right, the 3 mics are $140 a piece. The computer's $1,600. You want 2 of them? That's $3,200. That's $48.
Right.
And give me $5,500. I'll be here tonight at 6 o'clock. Give me $3,000 cash.
Right.
What are you gonna say, Lee?
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you
Just do it.
$3,000 because
Yeah.
I just saved you $2,400.
Sure.
$3,000 cash tonight. Like that. That's how quick it was. Because she had cards. She would even get me jeans.
Yeah, no.
What size jeans you need? 32, 34. I'll get you 3 of them. Jeans in those days were $12 a piece. So for $20,
Yeah.
you got 3 pair of fucking Levi's.
Well, no one loses. The guy that owned the suit store, you bought 4 suits, you whacked. He made.
He was
himself
in on
a
it
couple
too. He was in on it too.
He knew. He was a friend of ours. He'd open up. I want these 3 suits. Here you go. Boom. He makes money from the shop. And if you want to sell the suit, you can. But we like wearing suits. So he made money. And when the guy reported it stolen, Amex is only responsible for a certain amount. I mean, the whole amount. The store is only responsible for like $50. Something small. Amex pays all that.
They nailed me
got you.
one time. One time, they had me, but they didn't. What had happened was I was a real fucking gavone. I had a friend who got cards. And for about 6 months, I tapped the cards very lightly. I was very smart.
Smart,
With them. I was trying to get my life together. I wasn't doing blow.
Right.
I had just turned 22 or 21. And it was the first time I hadn't done blow in like 6 years.
Oh, my God.
I started at 79. And New Year's 84, I said, that's it.
Wow.
And but I still dabbled with the weed. I didn't drink then, so
Yeah.
it wasn't about drinking. And a friend of mine, I bumped into him in Manhattan one day, and he goes, can you move credit cards? I'm like, what do you mean move them? He goes, I don't use them. I go, I'll do it. He
Yeah.
goes, there's no ID, but just go to places that you know. Let
Right.
the people know. So if you go to a restaurant, Lee, come here. It's a stolen credit card.
Right.
So
Charge
it, and I'll give you $100 tip.
Right.
And you make 100. Who gives a
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Get yourself a buffet to go.
Right.
You're the waiter. So I cut the deal with you. You're my friend. I grew up with you. You're not going to get in trouble. You didn't know
I
nothing.
didn't know. I didn't
You don't know
know.
nothing. He had no stolen.
I know.
So I would go to places that you worked, Lee. And we'd run up a tab, and then I'd say, give yourself a $300 tip and give me 100.
Yeah. I know. You got to do it.
You have no idea, Lee.
Yeah. People.
There was money everywhere. And then I moved to Boulder. And I'm walking around.
That
one
must be
day.
the Wild West.
I got
back
18 grand. I got 10 grand in the bank account and 8 grand cash in my room. And I'm down to 4 grand. I go, what am I doing? Who am I, fucking Johnny Gambino? I called my buddy and I
gotta
said,
start
send me
robbing.
some cards.
Yeah, you
He
gotta
goes,
rob.
well, you gotta send me 500 a card.
No.
I'll put it in the fucking mail tomorrow. I
Right.
send money over 2,500. You send me fucking 5 cards. And it was all over after that. It was all over. But I didn't but the problem was nobody would buy stolen merch in Boulder. That's not the in Boulder.
Were you one of the guys driving around in the cars with like the
No.
the extra box of
See, the
speakers?
extra
What do you
seafood.
think?
No,
No,
those are the worst.
You don't. No,
That's so bad.
No, the speakers. Well, the seafood too.
Speakers was a
like,
thing,
let's say
too.
you live next to me.
Yeah.
Like I had a buddy who lived next to me who did steroids and did blow. I went to him one day. I go, you want to buy these?
So easy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Every hot merch was not
Out there, it's
acceptable
not
in
a thing.
Boulder.
You come out, East Coast.
So I had to
forget it.
keep shit. Once in a while, people would buy it.
Right.
The only thing people would buy from me were pens.
What the fuck?
I used to go into those stores, Antiques and Us.
Oh, those
that
kind of
have the
pens.
frames.
Oh, okay.
And I would steal cross pens.
Oh, those.
I would tell a lady, do you have that cross pen? And this chick would go over, open up the bottom drawer, and then somebody else would distract her. She'd take the key and leave the drawer open.
God.
And I'd take all the gold covered ones and take them back to fucking the car dealership and sell them.
Yeah, I was
for
going to say
fucking-
businessmen love that
No,
shit.
no, I was always a 50% type of guy.
Yeah.
I stole it, so 50% is
you're,
profit
you're making
anyway.
money. You're making a fortune.
You're gonna,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Fucking craziness.
I love
Craziness.
that shit.
Craziness of me going. I remember being at the Boulder Mall one time. Summer of 85. It's August. I'm walking through this mall. I'm 21 years old. I'm trying to get my life together. I'm walking to this mall and I'm going, I cannot believe that this is happening right now. If I had my friend Dan Rago here, God rest his soul, we'd make $1 million.
Yeah.
Our senior year in high school, we would both have like gym at 10:45. We would get in his car in high school, we were juniors, and drive up to Sears Roebuck and open up Sears, the back door where the automotive
Oh,
is.
yeah, all the
And
shit.
right by the back door, there was a stack of car speakers.
Oh, God.
Blow Punk. whatever.
Loud Punk.
Loud
Yeah, it
Punk,
was
you know,
big back then.
And all you had to do was walk in
Yeah.
and take a pair and walk out. And we'd get $35. We
Right.
each get $35.
Yeah.
That's 70. That's like half a gram of
Sure,
blow.
that's all you need.
And a $10 bag of weed and a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah.
We would do that 3 days a week until every box was gone.
It's great. It's
Like every fucking box was gone.
I know.
Every box
It's
was
too
gone.
It's too easy.
And I'm embarrassed to say these stories, but they're the truth.
know
What do you
what?
want me to fucking tell you?
When I was 16, 17, we're living on Long Island, and good neighborhood, but we were the poorest family. You know, my father was the older, and everybody was young coming in. But a few of the developments of it was where all the new houses were going up with the younger money, you know. And I would go, my father had a big Cadillac, and I would go at night with a shovel, dressed in black, and I dig out. I love hedges and plants, and I know what's expensive, wood pines, I know all about plants for some reason. I would rob every beautiful hedge, young rose bushes. I knew what everything cost. And I bring them back. My father knew I was doing this. It was like a tribute. Dad, look what I got last night. And I put them in the yard by the pool before he went to work. He'd go, I like that pine. Yeah, put that rhododendron over there. That's nice. Give that to Rosalie. And then some Mafia guys down the street heard I was doing it. And they go, can you grab us some of these? Yeah. So I started going out with my father's Cadillac. I lined it back with Glad bags. And I was a one-man operation. I dig and they were in the earth for like a few days. They weren't like sunk in. You could just pick them out, put them in the trunk, boom, because no one lived in the model homes yet. It was all homes that were furnished and the landscaping was done, but nobody lived there. There was no cameras, once again. It's a model development. And it was a good hustle for like a summer. I must have made a few grand. And they paid $50 for a bush, this one, a bonsai tree, like good-looking shit.
Did you ever get the same house like multiple times when they kept refilling it?
You know what? I got a school that way. I got the school across, not across the street and down the block from my house. And then I got to be like, I can't keep hitting the school. They kept putting this beautiful spruce tree in, like 4 foot high. I'd pull it out of the ground, and you had to do it during the winter when the root ball is still going to be alive. My father let me do that shit. He thought it was so funny.